Now, one of the top issues the Labor Party campaigned on during the 2022 election campaign was aged care reform. But it seems the situation has only got worse since Prime Minister Anthony Albanese moved into the lodge. Labor promised you better care for your loved ones when they need it, and when they reach a stage in life when they either can't support themselves or can no longer be supported by family. Big promises, like a 24/7 nurse on duty in every aged care facility by July the 1st this year. Well, they've already been broken. Because not only have nursing homes been unable to get the staff they need to meet the requirement, but there's been a whole host of exceptions established and lots of applicants for them. But the regulator hasn't even been competent enough to issue the exemptions when they get sought. So now aged care facilities are shutting up shop as they wait for either staff to materialise or for the grant of an exemption. And it's good families like yours and people like your loved ones that are copping the impact. Just this week, 2 aged care facilities in regional Queensland closed, displacing 33 elderly residents from their homes. And they're not the only examples. It's another blow to regional aged care, which already struggles with a funding formula that just doesn't work outside of the cities. Joining me to discuss this really important issue is Colin Boyce, the member for the regional Queensland seat of Flynn. Colin, welcome to the show and thank you for your time. Today, former aged care minister in the Howard government, Bronwyn Bishop, said she's not surprised the industry is facing difficulties on the back of staff shortages and the imposition of Labor's new rules. But Colin, what are your thoughts?
Well, this is just another example, Amanda, of the one-size-fits-all model that just simply doesn't work. There's always an exception, and the reality of it is for the Labor government to promise a full-time, 24/7 full-time nurse in these aged care facilities actually equates to 4 full-time nurses, because 3 8-hour shifts in a 24-hour period, another nurse on holidays. It takes a considerable amount of staff to be able to carry this out. And the reality is that this is just unachievable in small rural communities where you just simply cannot get these qualified people. As a result, we're seeing an aged care facility in Mount Morgan, just near Rockhampton, close its doors because they simply can't get the staff.
Yeah, and Mount Morgan's a good example here. It's already dealing with the fact that a funding formula that's been set up for aged care is one that assumes a critical mass that's much more likely to be achieved in the southeast corner or in the major cities. And on top of that, they need to find at least 4 nurses to be able to meet the requirement. And then they've got to get through a bureaucracy that doesn't even seem capable of administering the exceptions it's established. What hope do you have that services to important communities like those you serve are going to be able to be maintained?
Well, this is the big question, and we've written to the Minister, Annika Wells, asking for her to explain how this works in practical terms, from a pragmatic point of view, when you simply can't get these qualified people out into these small rural and regional communities across Australia. The industry has already identified that there is 8,100 staff shortages across Australia. So Mount Morgan facility is just the start. There will be many others that will not be able to meet the requirements because of this one-size-fits-all model. The bureaucrats simply can't do the mathematics that's required to implement this program.
It's that big government approach. It doesn't work for anyone. What did you get as an answer very quickly from Minister Wells?
I haven't had an answer as yet. We've only, it's been a week or so since we've written to her, so waiting for a response, and I guess we'll get that in due course. She will get some questions in question time at the next sitting.
Keep us posted, Cole.
We shall.
Keep us posted on the outcome. Colin Boyce, thank you very much for your time tonight and for fighting for that community.